It's over in 1 Timothy chapter 6. Paul talks about these people. He says they are the ones who teach against the doctrines of Christ. They teach against the doctrines of Christ, which accords with godliness, he said. These people are proud. They don't know anything, he said. They're obsessed with disputes and arguments over words, and which produces envy and strife among the people, reveling and other such things, and foolishness, basically. They are destitute of the truth. And they suppose, now here's what got me, they suppose, these people that teach against the doctrines of Christ, they suppose, this is what they teach, that godliness is a means of gain. They use godliness for their gain. 1 Timothy 6, look it up for yourself. And Paul goes on to say, now godliness with contentment is great gain. Not godliness with greediness added with it is great gain. Godliness with contentment is great gain. He said, we brought nothing into this world, it's sure we ain't going to take nothing out of it. Something like that. He said after that, he said, having food and clothing, not a bank account full of money. But he said, having food and clothing, with these we shall be content. If we just have food, our need met, my God shall supply all your need according to riches and glory. What does that mean? My God is going to make me super-de-duper wealthy and I'll never have any more troubles in this life. No. He said he'll supply all your need. If you need a sandwich, he'll give it to you. Or he might not. He might want you to fast for ever how long. I don't know. But contentment with such as you have and are right now. Not hungering and thirsting for the food which perishes or the things which perish in this life. Being lustful after these things. I mean, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. To be carnally minded is death. It brings death. Those who live according to the flesh, they're always looking to have their flesh fulfilled. They set their minds on the things of the flesh. But let me go on over there in Timothy, if I can remember where I was at, thinking about there. He said with food and clothing, these things will satisfy us. They make us content. He said, but those who desire to be rich fall into temptation and a snare. Basically, they fall into a trap. Those who want more than what they've got right now, then they're going to fall into a trap. And into many foolish and harmful now, lusts. You go read it for yourself. 1 Timothy 6. And he says that these things will drown men. He said, for the love of money, I believe we can go and say for the love of anything other than our God. Wanting something more than you want Him and His Word. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness. The person who becomes discontent and wants more than what they've been given right now, they're going to possibly stray from the faith. And they pierce themselves through, he said, with many sorrows. That sounds like the person who has completely made it to the point of disillusionment. They don't know what they believe anymore. Their faith has been destroyed And then they're upset, and they begin to look to blame somebody else. And that's the worst place, because it's your fault. It's my fault if I'm discontent, because I have a choice. I can learn to be content in this situation. I can be aggravated about it and begin to gripe and grumble, complain. Oh, give it to the widows, the orphans, and the poor, please.